had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. If I had $1 for every time that my life took a sour turn, I'd be rich and rolling baller and hollering at your girl. I'd be making little money and spending it like I'm rich. I'd be making bad decisions and thinking that I'm the. Scratching my nutsack.
Good afternoon, everybody. Dog Cookie back. Now, it is the afternoon. I've been at work all day, and Salah and Foodie went live during my lunch break, so I've caught snippets. Now, I've walked home from work and I've listened to it on my way. I didn't watch it directly. I did watch it via the FFG live stream. Yes, I did. Because I refuse to give Lurch and Danny DeVito a view. Yes, because they're gross. Now, I didn't like Salah before. I really do not like the giant donkey even more after today's stream. It's better when he doesn't talk. I'm not going to say he's more attractive. I'm just going to say it's just better in general when he doesn't open his mouth. She's annoying. He just makes the annoying times 1,000, times 3,000. Salah needs to... And just stay off camera, stay in the chat, mod away. Talking is not your forte, my friend. My guy, shut up. And so Salah's decided to call all the reaction channels mean, bullies, and immature. Now, I would like to respond to that by saying you are literally sitting next to immaturity personified in a 38-year-old. She's literally gone overseas to marry someone to take control of her life because she can't handle it herself. She has this week had animal control come to her house and tell her to clean it because she cannot manage her home. She thinks fart jokes and shitting her pants is hilarious. Why don't you let mummy put you to bed, and maybe if you're a good boy, she'll let you have a bueno before you go to sleep. Do not sit here and try and teach us about immaturity when you are literally sitting next to a grown-up toddler. Second of all, Chantal does not own the internet. She cannot tell us when we cannot go on live. We can post videos, we can vlog, we can show ourselves, we can not show ourselves. We could stand here with a clown mask on, we could use avatars, octopus avatars if we want to. She does not get to decide what format we do our videos and how we run our channels. She is not the boss of the internet. If she's got a problem, she needs to talk to YouTube. We are not breaking terms of service. We can react, not react. We can come live 24/7 if we want to. How we run our channels up to us. When she comes live is what she's in control of. How we do our thing within terms of service is ours. She's not the boss of the internet. The other point he likes to make is that she likes to say that there's so many people bullying Chantal, so many. Now, wouldn't it make logical sense to wonder why so many people do not like Chantal? It's not a spontaneous phenomenon. It's because we watch her content, hear the things she says, and watch the things she does, and we all seem to come to the same conclusion that she's terrible. She's mean, she's nasty, she's awful, she's degrading, she's misogynistic. We all just seem to end up at the same end point. She's disloyal, she bullies a lot of people. Now, if YouTube had a problem with us, then they would have a problem with her content. We talk about her content. We talk about her flashing her fupa, flashing her bottom, flashing her breasts, talking about in specific detail actual acts that she's performed and had performed on her, described body parts, talked about DV, talked about SA, talked about rape. Her content should have had her deplatformed. Us talking about her behaviour and her content is not deplatformable as long as we do it within terms of service. The fact that we call out her crap and she can't just sit there and do whatever she wants. People are accountable. Is she accountable to us? No, but we can hold her accountable. Reaction channels are part of the internet. They're part of YouTube. We are not a phenomena, singular to Foodie Beauty. We happen all over the internet. Each category of personality, music, sport, computer games, all have people who react. Chantal is not special. And Salah is right. we do say the same things over and over because Foodie never changes. Her behaviour never changes. No matter where she is, whether she's in Canada, Cuba, Kuwait, the villa, the trap house, her behaviour stays the same. It never changes. She's always doing the same behaviours over and again, and being nasty, being rude, degrading people, insulting people, talking nonsense, being impulsive, being irrational, and stuffing her face and making promises she can't keep, lying and manipulating to people and getting called out on it and then reacting badly. She doesn't change. When she changes, we'll change with her. But it's not going to happen. Until Chantal changes, the content we create will not change either. And it is so boring. That's why we watch reaction channels, because Chantal by herself is so very boring. So very boring. It's like reading a story to yourself. Not as entertaining, right? But you can get through it. You can slog through it, right? What if you sat there and had Morgan Freeman read that book to you, or Samuel L. Jackson read that book to you, or Robin Williams read that book to you? Far more entertaining because it's filtered through somebody who can liven it up, who can animate it, who can put some characterization to it. Chantal is a boring book on her own. The reaction channels are the life to the story. That's why it's boring. And my friend, my guy, my dude, my donkey, you make it even more boring with your wooden, plastic, robotic personality. Go away. And Chantal talks about it's the principle of the matter. It's the principle that you're not allowed to snipe. They're stealing my content. You act like you're a woman of principle. You don't stand by anything. You don't stand for anything. You have no consistency. You have no integrity. You have respect from no one. The principle, explain to me the principle of it. Explain it to me. If you can explain it to me, and then you can hold me to it. You don't have any principle, Chantal, so zip it. If Chantal gets to have her slate wiped clean by removing her content and it's not relevant anymore, whether it's 2 years, 2 months, or 2 days ago, same rule applies to everybody else. Everybody else gets a clean slate as well. So she can, We're all starting a fresh new day. So we can all form a fresh new opinion of Foodie every single day. And every single day she comes online, she just keeps demonstrating what a poor excuse of a human she is. She's a poor excuse of a woman. She's a poor excuse of a fake Muslim, because she's not a Muslim. She's a fake Muslim. That is not an accusation. That is a fact. She is a fake Muslim. And the way that Salah seems to act, he's not a good Muslim either. I don't think he's fake, but I think he's very, very haram. The way he allows his wife, his partner, his friend to behave online, disgusting. And Salah's also he's got a problem with us judging her pimple on her face. That's the least of her problems. And by the way, I think having a little bit of a go at her little pimple on her face is fine. How dare she judge people on their parenting, sexuality, relationships, income, housing status, relationship status, with or without a partner, doesn't matter. She gets to judge and be nasty. We can talk about her herpaderp on her lip. Grow up, little boy. And I'm going to say it, Chantal is right. She was right about something today. If Chantal can get a man, regardless of how grody, immature, pathetic, disgusting, stupid, moronic, boring, and robotic he is, it holds out hope for all of us women out there. If someone like Chantal, with the personality that she has, the lifestyle that she has, the character that she has, we all stand a chance to meet that perfect partner. She can do it. We can do it. When the standard is here and we all rise above it, there's chance for everyone. So Salah made a little funny, tries to be funny, tells little jokes. If Yaba is a trash bin, I would say, I see your trash bin and raise you a garbage disposal unit with puffy eyes, because that would be Chantal. She has the palate of a stray dog. She will literally gobble down anything you put in front of her. Oh, and Salah, your insensitivity was on show today. You are sitting next to a traumatized DV victim. Put the boxing gloves away. Put the nunchucks away. We do not want to trigger her PTSD. I mean, those flailing fists in her face. Could you not see all her terror and her trauma and her flinching? I mean, come on, man. Be sensitive to the needs of your fake wife. If I ever had any doubts about the history between Chantal and Nada, that moment concreted my thoughts. And the reason a lot of people started watching Chantal is because she went from being a boring storytime mukbanger to smoking meth in a pipe and dating a coked out crack head. Yes, that's why. And we had the back and forth, we had the drama, we had going to the cops, we had the CPAP, we had the potential break-ins, we had the crying, we had the screaming, we had the embarrassing moments caught online when she went back to beg him for forgiveness after talking smack about him. And then we've had the DD come in. It was exciting, it was interesting, it was cringe. And people got hooked. They got hooked on the morbid ugliness of it. Now we want to see how the story ends. We're halfway through the book. We can't put it down now. She is a horror show, and we want to know the end. Salah is just the boring season. She's like season 5. You know, season 5 of Walking Dead. Got really dumb, got really stupid, got really boring, and people checked out. That's what usually happens when a show gets 5 years deep. It gets to that ridiculous season. This is where we're at. We can only hope that season 6 is better. And season 6 is when she gets back to Canada. He ghosts her. She starts taking the edibles, starts crying every day because she misses Salah and she doesn't get to talk to him anymore. And like Mo Translate says, there's going to be that arc where she's going to be saying, my ex-husband, but they were never really married, so they can't really get divorced. It's going to be crazy. We found out today that Dee Dee and Nada will be moving Dee Dee's mother into their home. Now, Foodie has had something to say about this. Now, for somebody who this week had Animal Protective Services coming to the home and tell you to clean it up, the crack house is probably looking like a Balinese bungalow in comparison to the poo tip that is the villa. Now, is the situation going to be ideal, living with a dope fiend in that house? Absolutely not. Is that house probably cleaner than your villa? Absolutely. Is it a terrible idea for put an aged woman into that home with Nada? 100%. Now, Foodie, do you think that you are physically capable to be able to take care of your mother in that same condition, in that same house, in your villa? No. So I would not be talking about that too much more because you, A, would never do that for your own mother. Second of all, physically couldn't, financially couldn't, and your home is not a fit state for animals, let alone human beings. Oh, and Foodie is going on about the concierge luxury service elevator at the courthouse. Now, the numpty, the former DV victim, has not taken it into consideration that perhaps the elevator is there for two reasons. A, they're living in an Islamic country, but also it's in a courthouse where there are legal proceedings, potentially domestic violence proceedings, where it's for the physical safety of the women making the claims and having their potential abusers prosecuted. They would need to be safe and secure and separated and not have the potentiality of meeting them in an enclosed space. Do you think that might be part of the reason? So before you start talking about how cute and cool it was to be in your own elevator, you put your brain into gear and start thinking that perhaps it was for the safety of actual DV victims. As far as I'm concerned, Salah telling us that we are all bullies and we all talk about his beautiful wife. Now, is it true that somebody could find Foodie attractive? Yes. Now, usually unfortunate looking people can have other people think they're beautiful once they get to know them. Once they get to see their character, their kindness, how they treat others, the way that they care and love for other people. Now, for Salah to sit there and say, my beautiful world, the most beautiful woman in the world, made me gag. How can he look at her and think she's beautiful after the way that he's seen her treat people? Those emotions would not be able to be engaged because she is an awful, terrible, crappy human being. The beauty would not be reflected on her outside because there is nothing going on the inside that shines through to make her beautiful. I'm sorry, she's ugly inside and out. And that's just my honest thoughts. He is saying what she needs to hear. Now, I'm going to do a little meditation exercise for Foodie. Foodie, I want you to sit back. This is for Foodie, everyone. Everyone, look away. Look away. This is for Foodie only. Foodie, I want you to sit down gently on the couch. We don't want to break this one either. Sit down on the chair. Be careful. Once again, it might only have a maximum capacity of 350 pounds. Sit down gently on a chair. I want you to take a deep breath out, or whatever your lungs can handle. And I want you to close your puffy eyes. And I want you to take a second. I mean, if you're watching, you can do this too. I want you to sit back. Now, the emotions you feel today when you were giggling and laughing and having a great time with Salah, and the moment that you've looked behind your shoulder and you said, oh, I love you, and he didn't respond. I want you to take that feeling that you felt in that moment. I want you to squish it up into a tiny little ball. I want you to put it in your little pocket. And when Salah leaves you for a prettier, younger, healthier, more well put together woman from Canada, when he comes over there and dumps your ass, I want you to take that little ball that you've stuffed down in your pocket, crack it open, times it by 1,000, and that's how crappy and foolish and stupid you're gonna feel when he dumps you. Yes, meditate on that, Chantal. Just take a minute. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And that is the absolute best that I can hope for you, is that you are able to handle the disappointment and the devastation when he dumps you. Well, guys, yes, this is my crazy angry smile because Salah really, really annoyed me today. He is an arrogant, immature loser. And personally, I think that Danny DeVito and Lurch are the perfect couple. She's gross. He is scamming her. He's going to dump her on her ass, and it's going to be beautiful. I hope everyone has a great day, except for Danny DeVito and Lurch, and I will see you guys in the next one. And please, enjoy the sunset. Bye, guys.
I'm a globetrotter. You and I, 비교나 하지만 우리 너무 달라. We just different, 나 좀 봐라. 여자나 집이나 세차 나가신다 너무 빨라. I'm a globetrotter. You and I, 비교나 하지만 우리 너무 달라. We just different, 나 좀 봐라. 여자나 집이나 세차 나가신다 너무 빨라. I'm a globetrotter. 지금부터 시작이야. 한턱에 money calls rules. 이게 리듬이야. 한턱에 money meant the moves. I've been killing it now. 아직 랩이 미쳐버린 범인 아니니까. 하돌아봐 한 미래로 돌아가 한 doing it cause I'm fly now. 비교나 더 알아 아직까지 못하잖아. 켜보지만 나의 실력이 no visa. 뉴욕에서 한국까지 everybody raving visa. I'm balling out cause I'm a globetrotter. Yeah, 나처럼 잘 나가는 래퍼 불러. Yeah, 내 쇼미 나가다가 everybody staring. I don't need to play with rockets 나의 빗줄 legend. I'm a globetrotter. You and I 비교나 하지만 우리 너무 달라. We just different, 나 좀 봐라. 여자나 집이나 세차 나가신다 너무 빨라. I'm a globetrotter. You and I 비교나 하지만 우리 너무 달라. We just different, 나 좀 봐라. 여자나 집이나 세차 나가신다 너무